everyone, and welcome back to Two Bros Hot Takes, where we watch a movie and then tell you if you should watch a movie. I am your movie-watching host, Older Bro.
I'm your other movie-watching host, Younger Bro.
And today, we return to movies, as we always do, with a new Marvel movie. Although not the normal Marvel movies.
At least it's not like 5 in a single month. Like, we're...
Yeah, because not even Marvel would release 5 movies in the same month.
Anymore.
I don't think they've ever actually released 5. I think they might have released 2, maybe 3, but not 5. They're not even that crazy.
Well, I mean, they have a lot now with their Disney Plus stuff.
Yeah, but those aren't movies, so they can those can release whenever they want and not worry about overlap.
Yeah, but people got burned out of it, so they had to.
Yes, they did say they were going to slow down things a little bit, which thank the Lord. But yeah, we're here with Madam Web.
Now, guys, before we talk about this movie, I want you to know what I was thinking going in. I was hopeful that they would do the character justice. Because if there was one Marvel character I did not want them to screw up, this is one of them. Madam Web, she is so freaking iconic and cool with her being blind in her wheelchair with the webbing behind her.
Yeah.
Like...
Very iconic character, very iconic
so
movie.
I was a bit concerned when I saw it was a young version of Madam Web.
Before she's blind.
But this is before she's blind and before she's in the wheelchair, and they said they will get her in that wheelchair. I'm like, okay, I already knew that going in.
Yeah, so this is an introductory story to her character.
Yep, and she's young, it makes sense. Like, this is early.
Yep.
Very early. When she first gets her powers, makes sense.
Very true.
Anyway, I was worried that they were going to make her similar to the Ultimate Spider-Man Madam Web.
Yeah. Now, I'm not familiar with Madam Web, so I don't know any versions of her other than that she exists.
So, that version of her, I didn't like her because she wasn't blind.
Sure.
Wasn't in the wheelchair.
Sure.
And could predict futures on the fly while she's fighting. I'm like, I've never, ever heard or seen Madam Web fight. Like, actually fist fight someone like a villain.
Yeah. She's similar to Xavier.
No, she's not just similar to Xavier, she rivals Xavier.
Yeah, but I'm saying the same kind of character of she's not a combatant. She sits in the back and she assists the combatants.
Yeah,
same kind of thing as Oracle. She's not really one who's known for, let me get out there and punch people.
Oracle, before she was Oracle, was Batgirl.
Yes, yeah. But Oracle was actually a fighter beforehand. But as Oracle, she stays in the Batcave mostly and does work. And she's in the background as a supporting character. And that's sort of Madam Web. She directs things, but she's not, I'm going to go into battle and punch you because I'm Spider-Man. It's like, no.
Yeah, no, that is not her character.
Yes.
At all.
Yep.
But what I didn't know about Madam Web until very recently was she's apparently a mutant. Because of course she is. But Sony can't use that, so they had to change their backstory a bit.
That doesn't even make sense for her. Actually, that doesn't even make sense for her character, because if she's supposed to be the leader of all Spider-Man, that doesn't really connect her with all the Spider people.
Yeah, so changing her backstory, mutants. Which they did, honestly, it wasn't bad. I did not hate it, and it made sense to me.
Yeah.
But anyway, before we go into it, was it a good movie or not? Did they do Madam Web good? Yeah. I honestly thought I was going to fucking hate this movie. I didn't. I actually enjoyed it.
After seeing, because I did see some of the trailers. I don't think I actually watched any of the trailers, but I saw commercials on YouTube that constantly were talking about this movie. And all the YouTube trailers kept coming off as, this movie is not going to be good and we desperately want you to watch it because otherwise, like, if we don't sell it 150%, you will not watch it and it will fail. I don't think it was that bad of a movie. I don't think it deserved. It didn't. I don't think it needed that much. Like, go watch this movie. It's actually the best movie. But like, it was a fine movie. I enjoyed it.
3 scenes in the trailer that got me to freaking want to go watch it.
Yeah.
Ezekiel in his freaking Spider-Man costume, because that is
Sure.
a fucking awesome costume.
Yep.
Let's do that again scene. Loved that.
Yeah.
And the 3 Spider-Women.
Yeah.
Yep. I was like, this is gonna be a Spider-Girl movie. I need to go see it.
Yeah.
So a lot of people thought this movie was going to tie into Black Cat and Sable's movie, which I think is still planned as far as I'm aware. And they also said it was gonna lead into Craven as well.
Yeah.
Let's just say this: there was no references to Craven at all.
Yeah, I think
and there was only one reference to Black Cat, and that's the purse one of the Spider Women was wearing. It was a black.
Yeah,
cat.
if anything, it's more that those movies are gonna tie into this one more than this movie tied into those.
Yeah, this is a prequel movie, or it feels like a prequel movie.
Yeah, it feels like this movie is trying to set up Spider-Man in this universe in a way that's fundamentally different from the MCU, which I think is true.
Yeah,
Like,
we still don't know exactly what it is. So a lot of people thought this was going to be the Andrew Garfield universe, because this.
Yeah, but Andrew Garfield has canonically been ended, basically. He's not actually the current Spider-Man.
No. It's because age-wise, where it takes place,
yes.
and he.
Yeah, so, it would. No, I want to be clear. It would fit. I could absolutely see Andrew Garfield being the Spider-Man in this universe. That would make perfect sense.
But there's a couple problems with it. For one, both his parents were part of some espionage type shit, and they both die, and it didn't seem like. Yeah, guys, Peter Parker's mom's in this movie.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like she hinted too much about any kind of work. All she said was, yeah, his father's at work. That's about it.
Yeah. See, I'm not good with names because I've never actually. I don't think I've ever actually seen Parker's mom as an actual character, because we're so used to not Mary Jane, to Aunt May and Uncle Ben. I literally don't even think I know their names.
I do, but I forget them.
Yeah. So I definitely did not recognize that it was Spider-Man's mother at all.
But anyway,
sorry, we should say Peter Parker's mom. It's not Spider-Man's mom, but everyone knows him as Spider-Man.
No, that was Peter Parker's mom.
Well, no, what I'm saying is I said Spider-Man's mom, and I was like, I should say Peter Parker's mom, because Spider-Man is the superhero, not the person, but whatever.
They also thought, okay, this could be Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
But that really doesn't fit either.
But I know that there's some kind of contract agreement with Sony and Marvel about the Spider-Verse. We don't know.
From my understanding, the current relationship is that Tom Holland... I don't know if Tom Holland can appear in Sony's movies, but Tom Holland is in the MCU. And the way that it works is that on a movie-to-movie basis, Disney and Sony get to co-produce any of these movies that include Spider-Man if they want to, and they get as much money out of them as they put into them.
We know there's going to be a
they get the percentage.
Tom Holland Spider-Verse movie after No Way Home.
Yeah.
Because Vulture got into Morbius's universe.
Yeah, so we know that, and that's the other part of the relationship, is Sony considers themselves, Sony considers the MCU canon to it, but the MCU doesn't consider Sony canon to it. So it's, because that's why the MCU calls itself 616, even though it literally can't be 616. And the Sony universe says, no, it's 199,999, which was the actual number that they assigned it.
Yes.
So,
But anyway, and then there's another issue where apparently I didn't notice it until it was explained to me. They literally took a shot from the Sam Raimi movies and put it in.
I didn't notice that either.
It was
actually.
a building going up.
No, wouldn't. I don't think I would have noticed that either.
Yeah, that red building where it just shoots the camera up. That was stolen.
That
from
makes sense.
The Spider-Man Sam Raimi universe.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So a lot of people could say this is a prequel in the Sam Raimi universe, and this is Spider-Man 4.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
I think we should just look at it as it's new movies that aren't going to be tied to anything.
What I believe is
this
is the. I don't think it's connected to either the Amazing Spider-Man universe nor the Sam Raimi universe, even though it has references to it.
But I
think it's in Morbius's universe.
Yes. No. Yes. The Sony universe is one universe. From as far as I can tell. So far, they are all supposed to be happening on the same timeline.
Yeah, so I'm going to bet so predictions right now. Peter Parker gets born into this universe, but it is a different Peter Parker, and that Peter Parker and Tom Holland are going to meet, and that's going to start Secret Wars.
Maybe. But yeah, that's definite. I definitely don't. I would agree with you that I can't see this being anything Sam Raimi and Tobey Maguire. That just doesn't fit with his universe.
I just think it's references.
They're going to reference it. I agree. It's all... I kind of wish it was Andrew Garfield's universe, though.
But it would make sense.
It would fit. That's the thing, is if any of the three were the Spider-Man for this universe, it would be Andrew Garfield. I can't see Tom Holland existing in this universe. He's too bright and cheerful for this universe.
Yeah, and if it was Tobey Maguire's universe, then Madam Web is Spider-Man 4.
Yeah, but that's definitely not
But
the
we
case.
don't know.
Yeah, again, it's definitely not the case.
There's nothing confirmed.
Yeah.
At all.
I think that you're right. It's all going to be references, and they're going to have a new Spider-Man that appears only in this universe.
If I had a bet.
Yeah. So, let us just call it now that the Spider-Man for the MCU is Tom Holland, and Tom Holland will only ever be the Spider-Man for the MCU, and he'll stay there and not interfere with the rest of this except in a crossover event.
Yeah, there's going to be a Spider-Verse live action.
We know that
movie.
there's a third Spider-Verse, like an actual Spider-Verse 3 movie that's coming that's animated. He could appear in that for all we know.
He can, because they did
It's absolutely
live
possible.
action
And we know there's going to be a
crossovers.
live action Spider-Verse related movie
so it's going to
coming
be
as well.
the new Spider-Man, Tom Holland, and Miles Morales in either the third Across Spider-Verse or the fourth.
It would be really impressive, but I don't think they'll do it. It'd be really impressive if they announced that the Spider-Verse movie was the third MCU movie for Spider-Man. That they were the same movie.
Well, No Way Home was the third movie.
Well, yeah, sorry, the fourth one.
movie.
But yeah, the third Spider-Verse movie is going to also be the fourth Spider-Man movie. They'll be one movie.
I would love that.
I don't know. I can't imagine how they do that. It would have to be like a 4-hour movie. But that would, if they could do it, I'd be extremely impressed.
They're clearly setting up for Secret Wars, and Miles Morales got stuck in 616 because of Secret Wars. That was the crossover event.
Yeah.
And Deadpool is the start of Secret Wars. They confirmed it in the trailer.
Yep, and all that makes sense.
So.
Yeah, all that makes perfect sense.
I don't know if Madam Web was involved in Secret Wars. I know one of the Spider-Women was.
Yeah, I don't think that Madam Web herself tends to be involved so much as Spider-Man tends to be involved, or one or more Spider-Men are involved, and that involves her.
Madam Web
indirectly
gets involved if there is a multiversal threat for the Spider-Verse, the
exactly.
web of destiny.
So it's as long as that's not threatened, she kind of will just exist on the periphery and some people related to her might assist, but she will not directly involve herself.
God, we're getting way into Spider-Verse stuff right now.
Yeah, look,
sorry, guys.
Honestly, the theory crafting in this is not more interesting than the movie, but it's very interesting.
So, I would say go watch this if you like Spider-Man, if you want theories, your own take on how this universe is going to tie with the MCU in some way, form.
Yeah. I think that I have a little bit less excitement for it than younger bro does. I still think it's a good movie. I still think it's worth watching. I'm not going to push it as hard as he probably will, though. It was a fine movie. Enjoyed it. We'll see if it becomes a great movie.
Yeah. So, Madam Web was done decently.
Yeah. It's for being a movie about pre-Madam Web, it was a decently well done movie. Yeah. So, anything else you want to talk about before we move into spoilers?
No.
Okay. So, if you have no interest in spoilers, thank you for watching. We will see you all in the next hot take. If you're here for spoilers, they will start now.
Okay, so we kind of sort of spoiled it already, but Peter Parker's mom's in the movie. Like, as soon as she commented on he leaps around in her belly, I'm like, you're Mary Parker, aren't you?
See, I wasn't picking that up.
But I really got it when the ambulance best friend said, I'm gonna be an uncle.
Shit, because his name is Ben, isn't it?
Yes!
Fucking hell.
It's Ben Parker!
Damn it.
Yes! He is a young Ben Parker!
Oh. Oh, I hate
and
that.
remember when he said
I hate that.
Remember when he said the comment, oh, have you never got shot at in Queens? That's where he dies and gets shot.
Well, yeah, but I was just like, oh yeah, because it's Queens. Of course people get shot at in Queens all the time, because it's
and
New
also
York.
That's where Spider-Man is born,
Yeah.
in Queens.
Yeah, so it's, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that young girl was the guy he was saying, oh yeah, I met someone. I thought that was her with the baby. I thought they were giving birth to Peter Parker's father.
No.
No. That was Uncle Ben looking after his daughter.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
And so the someone he was talking about was May Parker.
Well, yeah, he was talking, the girl he said he met was May Parker. Yeah. At first I couldn't tell if that was him hinting at the girl that he met was her.
I thought it was going to be...
No. He actually did meet a girl. Her name is Aunt May. God damn.
Oh.
So, yeah. The... Fucking hell.
So, going back to talking about it possibly being Andrew Garfield, yeah, I would say, like, timeline-wise, it could work.
Yeah, it fits within the, like, the style of movie. So it's like, I can imagine that Peter Parker fitting in this universe. I can't imagine Tobey Maguire fitting in this universe, and I can't imagine Tom Holland. Yeah. But I can imagine Andrew Garfield.
But I think it is going to be a new Spider-Man in the Venom universe.
Yeah. So,
yeah, guys, throughout this hot take, we're going to just consider Madam Web in the Venom universe because...
As we should. That seems... But that actually seems that's even worse for a timeline perspective, because Venom should be...
the first superhero.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying, like, Venom normally shows up after Spider-Man or in tandem with Spider-Man. This would mean it predates Spider-Man by 20 years. So, like, that's...
Well, it was made in... So the movie takes place in 2003, so Spider-Man...
Oh, yeah, and this one takes place in, like, the 90s. So, yeah, I guess it could. Yeah, I guess this could. This could line up.
So it can still line up. It's just Spider-Woman existed before Spider-Man, and that's usually not a thing. That usually comes
but that makes more sense than Venom existing before Spider-Man.
Yeah, so Venom and Spider-Man happening sort of around the same time. Okay, that can make sense. If it's Andrew Garfield, maybe.
Yeah, I can see that happening. That makes sense. So yeah, so this is a real prequel to everything
So-
we've saying.
What I think it is going to be a completely new actor, and whoever it
Yep.
is going to be involved in a Secret Wars event.
Yep.
That's what I think is going to happen.
They're gonna swap out the two Spider-Men. They're gonna be in each other's movies, and everyone's just gonna be like, "You're not Spider-Man."
It's going to be interesting
Yeah.
because there's no way it's Tobey Maguire's universe because
No, it's
like if
Tobey
if,
Maguire's too old. A, but
if
B,
Madam Web takes place in the Tobey Maguire universe, then how the hell does Venom still exist if it's also the Venom universe?
yeah, no.
It makes no sense.
Again, it just doesn't. Venom exists in the Tobey Maguire universe, and it's not this Venom.
No,
So it has to be the Andrew Garfield universe.
at best.
We know it can't be the Tobey Maguire Venom because we know who the Tobey Maguire Venom's going to be.
Yeah, he
we
died.
literally got the fucking strand that was left after this Venom left 199,999. It's like after he teleported in and left, it left the Venom strand. So we know there's gonna be a Tom Holland Venom. That one's gonna exist. So it's like it has to be the Garfield Venom. So
Yeah, so
for all intents and purposes, until a different Spider-Man than Andrew Garfield shows up, this is the Andrew Garfield universe, which
Or
is
it's
the
normal-
Sony universe.
or if
like-
it's, yes, the Venom
Yeah,
universe.
we're just gonna count the Venom universe, the Andrew Garfield universe, and this universe as one thing until somebody throws Andrew Garfield out.
So, anyway, like, that was the biggest thing I caught on. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, would
Like,
never
Ben-
have got that.
Ben is surrounded by all these future Spider
And
Women
that's why
Web.
they cut out the fucking voice of her saying who the baby's name was, because they had the first fucking, well, not the first flashback, but like one of those main flashbacks that first showed up was them saying the baby's name, and it got cut off because they didn't want to say
Peter.
It's like, fucking hell.
By the way, guys, so throughout the entire movie, I noticed it. Daily Bugle was everywhere.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
Nope, did not see it at
There was
all.
a Daily Bugle van at the 4-star diner. There were like the guy was at the 4-star diner. He was reading a Daily
See,
Bugle
I did see the newspaper. Now, that scene was actually one of the scenes that I did not like in this movie, where a guy sees 3 girls eating at a diner, and
he
is
just
immediately like,
calls it.
this newspaper says that there's some girls that have been kidnapped. There's 3 girls in here. Must be the kidnapped girls. Let me go over to the payphone and call the police.
That made no sense.
It's like, what the fuck? Just, there's literally 6 middle school / high school boys in the background at a table.
What do you call it for them too?
Yeah,
like,
they're just kids from school. What the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
like it would make sense. Like that's not weird.
Yeah, exactly. This guy just completely overreacts and calls the police.
I think we found a plot hole in the movie
it's just,
by accident.
Yeah. Well,
That
and they
makes
even
no
solve it
sense.
by the villain calling, like, pretending to be the police and saying, it's not them, don't show up. But it's, why would the police not be like, oh, you see 3 girls at a diner on the outskirts of town? You see a woman with them? No, probably not them then, dude. Got any reason to suspect it's them? Like, no?
Yeah.
Stop wasting our time.
By the way, I think I found out the name of that song that was played pretty much throughout the entire movie. That was Britney Spears' Toxic.
Yes. Yeah. No. Oh, you didn't know that one was Toxic? Yeah.
No.
Because you know that I'm toxic.
Well,
Yeah.
and that kind of fits with Ezekiel because that's his theme. He literally grabs women by the throat and toxics them.
He venoms them.
He
It's not
shoots venom.
It's not a venom. It's a toxin.
Through his veins.
Yeah. There's no poison. It's,
Oh, I'm wondering if that's a reference to Toxin. Because there's a symbiote named Toxic.
I doubt it, but maybe. Yeah, that's
Like,
he
saw
is-
Toxic sort of being created at the end of Carnage.
Yeah.
So, I'm wondering if that could have been a reference to him, but
Yeah,
I doubt it. I think they just wanted to use the Britney Spears song. Oh, and by the
they
way,
absolutely did.
that song didn't even come out in 2003, or at least not the single version, which is the one they used throughout the movie. It came out the year after.
Yeah. So regardless, It's around that time. It makes sense.
So
Britney Spears is slightly more ahead of her time in this movie.
So, yeah, let's talk about the 4-star diner. The 4-star diner is the diner that Peter Parker frequently visits.
Yeah.
Like throughout his comics. It's where he goes when he's in high school. That might
Yep.
be the same diner in the Spider-Man
Yep.
is it
It's
Insomniac game?
yeah, it's one of those things that because this was something that came up a lot in the Spider-Verse movie where they said there's a lot of key moments that happen in every Spider-Man's life. Uncle Ben always dies, or someone who is Uncle Ben dies. Your father dies.
The police captain
The
dies.
police captain dies. Some important person to your girlfriend dies. Your girlfriend will die. Gwen Stacy has to die. Even if it's not Gwen Stacy, if it's somebody else, they have to die. Spider-Man has to die if you are Gwen Stacy. It always must be these same plot beats. And it sounds like that diner you hang out at as a kid is kind of one of those things it always kind of sticks with Spider-Man. Of, yeah, I've got to go to this nice pizza joint or this nice diner and always have to hang out there, and that's my jam.
Yeah, so yeah, I liked seeing the 4-star diner because I don't think we've ever seen a live action version of it. So
Oh, it looked really good.
I thought that was cool. I was like, yes.
Yeah, it really looked like a classic diner. It's like, yup, I've seen this in several movies referencing these kind of diners.
Yeah, so I loved that.
Yeah,
so,
it's really good.
So let's talk about the villain. I liked him, but in the comics, he's not a villain.
Yeah, in this, he's more just obsessed with preventing his own death.
Yeah, so let's just say this is a different version, a different take on Ezekiel.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, so Ezekiel in the comics, he was just some kind of old hermit with Spider-Man powers. That's kind of what he was.
Yeah.
He was a homeless man. Always had bare feet. Never had shoes on, which they kind of referenced because apparently I didn't notice it, but Ezekiel never had shoes on.
Yeah, I never noticed that. He was in his business suit all the time. I never thought to look down and see if he was wearing shoes.
Yeah, a lot of people were thinking, well, he was bare feet when he was killed, so maybe he's making sure he gets to that moment or something or whatever. But
that makes less sense. If he knew that he was going to die barefoot, then he should always wear shoes.
Yeah, he should have wore shoes. But I think they just wanted to make a nod to him from the comics because he was always barefoot.
But yeah, he is. Yeah, but he is nothing like that in this movie.
No, he even gets a Spider-Man suit, and oh my god, it is one of the best Spider-Man suits I have ever seen.
Here's the thing. It's a good suit.
So good.
It's a good suit, but I'm also but why did he make it?
Probably to reference the spider tribe that's in this universe.
I guess, but he doesn't know what they look like. Like,
well,
that's the weird thing. We know what they look like because we saw them. But
do we know that? Like, I'm not sure.
The only description he ever says is there's this legend of these creatures that walk around on walls like spiders and stuff like that. And are super strong. But they never really describe that they wear an outfit. We know that they basically look like symbiotes, which is really weird because again, they are not symbiotes.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying, well, it kind of reminds us of Tobey Maguire's suit, and honestly, no, it reminded me of, like, Carnage.
Well, I was thinking it kind of reminded me of the Tobey Maguire suit, but specifically the Venom suit, which it sort of does, but the eyes are not.
Yeah, but, Ezekiel's suit, it's almost like a reverse of Tobey Maguire's suit, where instead of blue lines with red. It is red lines with blue.
Yeah, it almost looked black in many of the places. It was very dark.
God, like, just really, really great design suit.
Is this the... So I'm guessing this has to be the first Spider-Man character in this universe. There cannot be anything that predates this.
Yes, this would be the
Yeah,
first
so-
one.
Yeah, so in this universe, the base Spider-Man started out as a villain, which is going to be very interesting for the future Spider-Man, because people are going to point back to this and say, well, the last time there was a Spider-Man character in this city, he fucking attacked people.
Yeah, I'm wondering if
Like-
they're gonna reference that or remember
Yeah,
that.
that's...
But yeah, like, he felt like a menacing Spider-Man villain, but
Yeah.
honestly, he didn't feel threatening enough.
I mean, I definitely felt he was threatening.
He-
The big problem is that...
He reminded me of, like, Spider-Man 2099 without webbing.
Yeah, I was gonna say a similar thing, because some of the designs of the three girls when they showed the Spider-Man outfits definitely felt like some of the designs from Into the Spider-Verse. Like there were...
Well, only... So, 2 of those characters were actually cameos
Yeah.
in the Spider-Verse movie.
Yeah, so...
So the one that looks like Black Cat,
Yeah.
that one,
Black Cat, yeah.
who's probably going to be the leader of these 3 besides Madam Web.
Yeah.
She was apparently the second ever Spider-Woman.
Yeah.
And then there was the mech suit Spider-Woman, the one with the afro.
Yeah.
She had a cool cameo in the Spider-Verse
Yeah.
movie where she did like a cool suit up as
Yeah.
soon as she saw Miles Morales.
Yeah.
Everyone get Spider-Man. No, Miles Morales, and she does the suit up in the movie. That's her.
Yeah.
And
I feel like even in that context, they should have known who he was talking about. Because they had to have known. Everyone knew that he was the weird, not
The outcast
normal
one.
outcast Spider-Man. So you'd think that they'd figure out from context alone if Miguel O'Hara's yelling out, "Get Spider-Man! Which one to get?" But whatever.
Anyway, and then there's the third girl who I don't think made a cameo in
Yeah,
Spider-Verse.
but I definitely recognized the mech suit one and the Black Cat.
However, she is the newest Spider Girl. It is
Yeah.
Spider Girl, not Spider Woman.
Yeah, because we have Spider-Woman.
Yeah, we got 2 Spider
We have Spider-Woman at home. I don't know what the name is that they haven't named them yet because they haven't really became Spider-Man yet. But
the 2 older ones both go Spider Woman, and then there's Spider Girl.
Yeah.
And,
that's not confusing at all.
Yeah, so Spider Girl, her first issue, she came out in 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Brand new.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought she was going to be Silk, but then again, when I looked at her and I thought about it, I'm like, no, can't be Silk because Silk is Japanese.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, okay, it's not Silk. Damn. No. I want to see Silk.
Honestly, what was her name? Penny Parker, the one that's
Penny Parker.
Yeah, the one that's in the Super Mac.
That is Spider-Man 2030.
Yeah,
no, sorry, 23.99.
Yeah,
I think.
she has. She would be closer to Silk than anyone in this movie.
Yeah, if Penny wasn't.
Yeah, I'm from San Fran, Tokyo, or whatever city she's from. She might actually just be from Japan. I can't remember, but
can't remember.
Yeah, just. But no, none of these are. Yeah, none of these are Silk.
No. So, I think all of them before they got their powers, I'm like, yeah, okay, makes sense.
Yeah, they're all teenagers. I think that most of them interact. Their actual portrayals felt very natural. Of, oh, we're being kidnapped. Oh no, wait, hold on, we're being saved. But we don't know if we can trust you. Also, you're leaving for 3 hours. We really don't know if we can trust you.
All the actors, I thought...
They felt very natural.
Thought did really well. By the way, I don't know if you noticed, talking about a different scene. Sure. There was a scene in the movie. I did not notice it until I saw it replayed.
Yeah.
They did a voiceover, and it is really, really badly desynced.
Yeah.
Remember when Ezekiel was talking to the girl in the chair saying, I need to find them. It's important to my future. They kill me.
Yeah.
That scene
is apparently very desynced.
Very, very, very desynced.
Yeah.
They thought he was going to talk about some kind of totems from the comics because that's what he usually talks about. Some
Yeah.
kind of Spider-Man totems.
Find me the totem so that I can kill these Spider-Men.
It's not even that in the comics.
Yeah.
Like, he is not evil in the
No,
comics.
he's not evil at all. But
So yeah, people thought he was going to talk about that, and they were like, let's not do that, and let's just redub over the scene. So that's the only bad part I saw in the movie. Everything else seemed really, really fine.
Yeah, not excellent, not great. Fine. It was a fine movie. Like,
but yeah, let's talk a little bit about the tribe. Yeah, the tribe is not mentioned anywhere. That is a completely unique plot. They did it to change Madam Web's backstory.
I think it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Now the question is, they're not mutants. They are just traditional.
They are traditional
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man gets
It's just that this spider
Mm-hmm.
is specifically a natural Earth spider that does this, and all the ones in every other situation have always been lab grown or some other alien or something weird. These are just these are actual spider people that actually live on Earth, and it's just normal.
Yeah. So, yeah, talking about Madam Web, I think she was played beautifully. Again, a little young for the character, but I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool. I got it.
Yeah, it fits.
It fits. Yeah, I like how Madam Web ties into all three of those Spider-Girls, destinies in this universe. Like, I thought that
okay, one of them flipped her off because she ran in front of her ambulance. Like, I feel like that doesn't really tie her very closely.
I meant by the end.
Yes, by the end, absolutely. But, like, that was the funny thing, is these other two are like, oh yeah, you're my neighbor. I know you. I've seen you basically every single day. And then, I can't remember what the second one was.
The other one...
Oh, the other one was the person. You just saved my father from...
Stepmom.
Yeah, you saved my stepmom from this accident. My stepbrother just gave you this picture, and the other one's just like, oh yeah, you flipped me off one time. You know how little that narrows this down.
that was funny.
Yeah, it's like, it's so minuscule a connection.
In the trailer, they said, oh yeah, you almost ran me over.
Yeah, no, they don't say that one.
They don't say it. They don't say it in the movie, so they cut that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what?
Probably,
that's actually fine.
They probably didn't want to make it seem like... They probably wanted to avoid it sounding like she was being a dangerous driver. Because she's literally an ambulance. She's allowed to drive like that.
Yeah.
Because they have to get to the hospital literally now. So it's like, they probably wanted to not make it sound like they were saying the ambulance driver was driving dangerously.
Yeah, so...
And emphasize the girl was being stupid.
Yeah, I'm wondering how it's going to tie into the future plans of this universe.
I don't know.
Like, oh yeah, we all were founded by this woman, Madam Web.
Yep.
And so, like, yeah, let's talk about Madam Web and her powers. Yeah, she has clairvoyancy. Okay, good.
Yeah.
By the end of the show, she's in the chair. Awesome.
Yep.
And apparently she was Ezekiel's future, not 3 girls he's trying to kill.
Yeah, which doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Well, the spider cursed him, so maybe he couldn't see the future as clearly as Madam Web can.
Yeah, but the future he was seeing didn't even happen at all. Like, it literally, he saw himself being killed by these 3 girls, but he is dead long before that ever would have happened.
Instead of the future, he could have been seeing an alternate universe.
Yeah, and I think that's probably more what they're going with.
Because Madam Web, and they say it in the movie, that you can view more than just your universe, but alternate realities as well.
She can view all kinds of things.
She can view the entire Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Like, one of the most famous lines from a Spider-Man game, Spider-Man looks at Madam Web's web, and he points to it, he's like, is that a cartoon pig? So even he...
If anything has been blessed by the powers of the spider, I can see it.
Yeah, so we They in the comics, it's sort of called like the Web of Destiny, and we do kind of see it.
Yeah.
But we don't see the armchair
Yeah.
version of it, and apparently that's supposed to help her with her condition that they say she has in the movie. But
Well,
they
it
say
sounds like
she's been cured of
yeah,
it.
it sounds like she doesn't actually have that anymore. That's actually been solved.
Oh, and speaking of which, of cures, did you notice that a lot of the medicines that these people go to search for in these Spider-Man movies happen to be in South America?
Yeah, well, the reason they do that is because the Amazon rainforest is one of the most uncontacted regions of the earth. So it's if there's anywhere that there's going to be a tribe of people that have some medicine or a tribe of people that have some special powers, it's going to be where we've not ever met them.
Madam
before.
Web's doing it.
Yep.
Morbius did it
Yep.
with his bats.
The other one is the Himalayas and like that region of Asia.
And reportedly, Craven is going to be that too.
Yep.
So
that was one of the weird parts of the movie. That, because all the other spots where she interacts with the kids makes perfect sense. But you had that one scene where it's, oh, well, there's this tribe of people that, are related to this guy, and I need to go there for answers. Let me just leave the kids in New York for a week. And it's like, girl, surely that's not the best choice you could have. I mean, I guess you don't have the money to fly 4 people to Peru. But
she's an ambulance driver. What?
Yeah, it's like I barely believe she can fly to Peru. But
yeah. So
But yeah, it's just like I have to give credit to Uncle Ben though that here's the kids. No questions. She's literally a wanted criminal.
Oh yeah, like
says nothing.
Uncle Ben is a saint.
Yeah, this man's just like, I don't know what you've gotten yourself into, but okay, I'll do that. I will keep them safe. And just, it's fine. But he is terrible at raising kids. So, I fear for the future of Peter Parker.
He should, because he dies in his arms. I like how
Uncle Ben, I love you so much, but it's such a shame that you were such a terrible father.
Apparently they poke fun at that throughout the entire Madam Web movie, and a lot of people are just like, no, don't make fun of it, and yet they find themselves laughing at it.
It's good. It's sort of similar to my feelings about Despicable Me, where I've seen enough of those movies. I'm kind of exhausted of that humor. I don't want to see that humor. But when a good joke happens, I'm still laughing at it. I'm just sad that I'm laughing at it. And that's kind of the problem here. We don't want to see people teasing Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben is such a revered character that you don't want to see people making fun of Uncle Ben. But it's a good joke. And so it's like, I'm laughing, but I'm sad that I'm laughing at this. Yeah, I thought, overall, I thought the movie was good. I don't think it's great. I think it's a good movie.
It's definitely better than Morbius.
It is better than Morbius.
Holy fuck, is it better than Morbius.
Much better than Morbius. Our line in the sand is Morbius, and this is better than Morbius.
I liked in the final scene where she showed off a bit of her psychic power, where she tapped into the Spider-Verse for a split second, got 3 different versions of her strand to come help the 3 girls from Ezekiel. I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. You can't save all of them at once. It's like, yes, I can. I absolutely can.
But yeah, the final scene where we saw Madam Web and the girls in the future.
Yeah.
That is the post-credit scene, sort of.
Again, it's not post-credits. It's
there's no post-credit scenes, guys.
We didn't check and make sure that there wasn't a mid-credit scene, I guess. But
yeah, is there a mid-credit scene?
Yeah, we didn't really check on that one, but there is definitely not a post-credit scene. So do not sit through the entire credits. There is not a post-credit scene.
Yeah, so let's say mid-credit scene. Is there one? I don't think there is.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, there's not a post-credit scene, as we said. There's not a mid-credit scene. and the creators actually said that they didn't sit down and say, we don't want to do that because everyone else is doing that, but they wanted to do it because they don't know the direction of this franchise. They don't feel like they have any. They don't yet have a path forward that's planned out, and so they don't want to tease something when they don't know what it's going to be. Similar reason why they actually did not tie in directly to any other movies. They didn't tie into Morbius. They didn't tie into Venom. They didn't tie into any future movies because they don't know yet. So there may be another grand cinematic universe, or there may be nothing.
But yeah, this could just be the Madam Web universe, and then she gets connected with Morbius and Venom. And...
Exactly. So until such a time as...
Like, we are going to get a multiverse Sinister Six. That is coming. Like,
we sort of started getting that.
Yeah, we got Vulture, we got Morbius, and now we're going to have Kraven.
Yeah. And we sort of have that in the third Spider-Man movie, where they sort of had it wasn't the Sinister Six, but it was at least a start.
Yeah, we kind of already had that.
It's a start. So, you have to start somewhere. So, yeah, music in this movie was enjoyed. Like we said, it has Toxic. It has a song at the in the end credits that I cannot remember the name of, and it ticks me off. I can't remember the name of it.
Toxic.
No, that was not Toxic.
Okay.
No, I know Toxic.
Oh yeah, when I saw Madam Web in her superhero costume, I'm like, oh, that worries me a bit. Is she not gonna stay in the chair?
Just taking this out of context is so terrible. It's younger brother just being like, this woman needs to sit in her damn chair and not move.
But that's...
I know, that's what her character is. But it just sounds so terrible. Like, this woman should not stand up. She has no vision. She should sit down and do her job. That's just so bad. And that's not what you mean. Oh... But yeah, I'm not sure. I really don't know if that's what they're going with.
Like, they had the red suit, like the Ultimate Spider-Man version. I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
But then again, I was like, wait a minute. Red was kind of the main color in this entire movie.
Yeah, I could imagine this being her outfit.
So that's just what she's going to wear when she's in the chair. And
and that's possible.
Sense. Like, she's going to get her awesome red band. Usually it's a white band, but they changed it to be a red one. I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I saw her in the chair at the end of the scene, it kind of reminded me of Doctor Strange in a way. You know, the window? Like, she had a webbed window as opposed to the Kamar-Taj symbol window.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yes.
Yeah, I saw that.
I saw the window. I was also, thinking, oh, hold on.
That's iconic as well, where she's in that room with that window, and she's talking to the other Spider-Man in the other universes.
Yeah. Apparently, somewhere in this movie, Meredith Brooks' bitch appeared, and I did not see that one. I don't know when that appeared in the movie, but apparently it's featured in the movie somewhere. Okay, turn it off. It didn't work. It did not work.
Yeah, I'm wondering how Madam Web is going to tie into the multiverse. Because Spider-Verse did cross over live-action characters. We saw the live-action Prowler in that movie.
Yep. That is true.
Or at least the start of him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what is this leading to? The only thing I can think of that they could have their major crossover with the Sony universe and the MCU is Secret Wars.
Yeah, it's possible they will never have a crossover. Let's follow the lead of this movie.
Well, they already kind of sort of had it.
But let's follow the lead of this movie. We don't know what's coming forward. But ignore MCU. Where it keeps having X will return at the end of these movies, and we have no fucking idea for what. It just they will.
Their Kang idea shot.
Yeah, it's they will return for goddamn something at this point. No, let's just take after this movie. They may return, they may not. We're not going to lead you on. We're just going to give you the movie that we gave you, and we'll leave you wanting more. And maybe we'll provide more. And maybe it'll be connected.
Yeah,
We don't know yet.
It kind of
We'll
feels
see.
like the post-credit scene in quotes and the third new Godzilla movie.
Yeah.
What was it called? It was Godzilla King of the Monsters. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was that movie where they had a post-credit scene, but they just made it the end.
Yeah.
Because they didn't know where they were going with it. That's what this is.
Yeah. I think let's just kill this concept off entirely. It's cool to have people sit through the credits to see this extra scene. It's a cool concept, but it's setting up too much stuff when you don't know what the next thing's gonna be. Yeah, the MCU has it all planned out, except when Kang gets fucked up because the actor does stupid shit and they need to replace him.
Like Kang was already defeated in Ant-Man, so
yeah,
and he was also defeated in Loki.
Exactly. So even if the actor didn't do anything, the audience might just get tired of Kang, which they kind of did. So the MCU might have just, even if nothing had happened with the actor, they might have just decided we don't want to go with Kang because the audience is tired of him. They don't want to see him fight again.
Like it was going to be Kang for the Avengers movies, but we don't know what's.
Yeah, we have no clue anymore. Nope. It's up in the air. So it's just cut out. Do what this movie does. Don't do an end credit scene. Do nothing, because then we're left wanting more with no idea what you're gonna do next. It's a mystery to us.
Yeah, I'm wondering, like, what I would like to foresee is Madam Web sets up Jessica Drew live action, the one we know from the comics. Not the...
Be interesting.
Not the pregnant one in Across the Spider-Verse. That was just Drew, but I know it's supposed to be Jessica Drew.
Yeah,
no,
Jess is short for Jessica.
No. That is not the Jessica Drew I know. The one I know can freaking glide and shoot venom repulsors from her fists.
Look, a girl is allowed to settle down and have a family.
She has gotten pregnant before. Like, that's not...
But yeah, I know what you mean. It's not what you
and
wanted
also,
to
she
see.
was a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent as well.
Yeah. So... Anyways, I think we've gotten fully off track of this movie. Is there anything about this movie we still want to talk about? Or are we kind of done with talking about this movie?
Yeah, right now it's all It's a speculation.
We're done speculating. We've speculated plenty.
But anything noteworthy in this movie
that we haven't talked about?
Other than, I think, they portrayed Madam Web's powers pretty cool. Like, oh yeah, they had a scene where Madam Web's soul was kind of pushed out, like Tom Holland's soul was in,
or
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Any of those.
So they kind of made reference to it. It looked similar to that. I'm like, oh, it could be mystical arts, like instead of mutations in this universe. Okay.
Yeah, which sounds cool.
That sounds right. But other than, I thought they did Madam Web actually really good. No, there's nothing.
No,
nothing else.
Alright, well, then that's gonna be it for this episode, guys. We will come back next time with a new hot take, which I don't immediately know what the next movie is going to be, and we wouldn't tell you even if we did. So, you'll see what the next movie is next time. Until then, we'll see you all on the next hot take.
Goodbye.